Alright, so the 1/6 scale Joker from Mondo hit my doorstep today, and I was surprised at how quickly he arrived. He only went up for pre-order just a few months ago. I think it was around May or June. So I'm just going to do a quick review of this guy, just kind of a quick overview. There's currently not really set up to do much of a video right now, but I wanted to just give my quick overall thoughts, since from what I've seen at this point, time of recording, I've not seen any other reviews of this guy on YouTube yet. But so just a kind of a quick first glance, he looks pretty awesome in my opinion. And here he is next to Batman. Now this is, keep in mind, this is the Redux Batman, which is slightly taller than the original. So I sold the original Batman when this guy came out. So if you have the original Batman, he's going to be a little bit shorter than the Joker. In fact, it's a pretty close height comparison right now. The Joker might even be slightly taller than Batman himself. So he kind of, that's how they look side by side, but they're pretty close to the same height. But just know that if you have the older original Mondo 6 scale Batman, that he'll be a little bit shorter, because again, this is the Redux Batman, which is slightly taller. They added more to the torso to make him taller, and so even he is only about the same height, if not a tad bit shorter than the Joker here is. So let's get a little bit more into all the stuff that he comes with. Alright, so here's the box that he comes in, which is, for those of you who have been collecting other figures in this line, you might be surprised to see, because this is a big departure from what we're used to getting. So we have the Joker himself there on the front. There's the side, there's the back. So we usually get the yellow box with the bat symbol on it. I think with Catwoman it was, I guess, a little bit different. There was some there was like some black and pink on there, but it was still fairly plain. But with this one, we get a box it's unique to the Joker, and we can see the inside of this box has the as a reference to the Laughing Fish episode. So that's something you can, it's even got the Harley Quinn and the Henchman. It's pretty awesome. So y'all can pause that and read it if you want to. So there's the box. So again, here is the Joker himself, and pretty incredible. Now, again, if you've had other figures from this line, then you pretty much know or have an idea of what you're going to be getting. The joints are a little bit tighter, so the legs aren't loose like they are on Batman. And the elbows only go to right there, so it's just a single elbow joint. And of course, there's no ab crunch, and I don't think any of these I have. Again, I have Batman, Catwoman, and Mr. Freeze. Batman has a tiny bit of a ab crunch, like right in there, but not enough to really amount to much, and the others don't have an ab crunch at all. I don't think, I mean, I'm positive Mr. Freeze does, and I don't think Catwoman does either. And so the leg goes out to about right there. It doesn't come forward very far, only to about right there. So kind of limited by the sculpt of the outfit. So not super articulated, but I think they kind of do the best they can with these, just given the source material. They wanted to, they're kind of going for aesthetic over articulation, which we've seen with all the other figures in this line. But look at that. I mean, it's pretty incredible how they did on that head sculpt. Now, one notable improvement over the previous figures in this line, look at this. The other figures have a crotch grabber like this, but it's humongous. Like, instead of just coming out to like right here, it goes way out to where it's too big to even be really useful. So I usually have to get crotch grabbers from just ordinary display stands and place it into the post here, and that's how I've had to display the other figures. The one with the Mondo Redux, the Redux Batman that you just saw a couple minutes ago, I have the larger crotch grabber there because all my stands and all that stuff is all currently in storage. We're kind of in the middle of moving, so everything is kind of chaotic there. So I'm having to use the larger crotch grabber, and that one actually, I think that one even seems to be a slight improvement over the older Mondo Batman, over the original. But here it's a definite improvement. I mean, it's way smaller, and so you can't even see it when he's standing on it, and it holds him up a lot better too. And he stands better on his own too than say Batman, because Batman has the huge torso and the smaller legs. So you don't have that. You don't really have that problem here with with the design of the character. So here's all the different hands that he comes with. So he comes wearing a pair of fists. So you have the splayed hands right there. Then you have various gripping hands. And then different gripping hands here. Finger pointing hand. This is for probably this is for holding the card. And then the general open hand. And this is also an open hand. So these are not super easy to get out of the tray. Oh yeah, and then there's the hand with the buzzer. I've expected that hand to have a buzzer because it looks like a handshaking hand, but oh well. So, but yeah, this is the right hand, so that makes more sense. It's got the buzzer in it. Now, one thing of note here, I had to cut all around this tray to dislodge it. So this tray had a plastic cover over top of it, and so I couldn't even get to any of this stuff without cutting around the edge. And so I don't know why Mondo feels the need to do that. I can't remember off the top of my head if the other figures in this line had trays that were taped inside like that. Seems like they probably were. But anyway, so just something to know moving forward, that you'll need something to cut this with. And the trick is to cut it without cutting much into the box itself, which thankfully I didn't, but you want to be careful with that. And then here's all the other stuff that he comes with. Now this is the exclusive version, which comes, I think, with a couple of head sculpts that the regular does not come with. So I think this guy right here, the Jocko the Clown head, which is just from that one episode, the episode where the mayor's son runs away and wants to be a clown, and Jocko was the Joker dressed up as a clown, as a party clown. He was going to try to take out the mayor. And so if you remember that episode, so it's just from that. And then here's the other head that comes with the exclusive, where he's wearing the brim hat. And I think in the show, whenever he wears that hat, there's usually like a big trench coat that comes with it. That's not on the figure, but oh well. So then we have this little tool right here. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a knife or what it is, but so there's that. So there's a bomb he can hold. Set of Joker playing cards that has his face on it. A bomb that has his face on it. and a stick of dynamite that has his face on it. So we're seeing a theme. And of course, no Joker would be complete without the laughing fish. The Joker fish, whatever you want to call it. And these head sculpts are amazing. So you have scared Joker. You have sinister, mischievous Joker. And there's Jocko the Clown, which we already talked about. And then there's laughing, maniacal Joker. So yeah, in this figure, as you all probably know, it's $235 at Mondo, or $235 for the exclusive anyway. So again, this is the exclusive, which I think sold out the day that it was first posted. So I don't know if that'll become available again. It's limited to 1,000 pieces, but the regular I think is still available, and I think it's like $220 or something like that. So you don't get the 2 extra head sculpts, but it's a little bit cheaper. So we know the price on everything has skyrocketed. That includes 6 scale figures. The original Batman was $125 when it came out. Freeze, Mr. Freeze was I think $140, $145, something like that when he came out. Catwoman was another price increase at $165, and now you got the Redux Batman, which is $220, and now this Joker, which is $220 or $235 depending on which one you get. And yeah, so I think it's definitely way overpriced, but the consolation is that, especially with this exclusive, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean 6 head sculpts, which is pretty amazing. So I'm much more willing to forgive high price points when you give me this many head sculpts. I think Batman, the Redux Batman, so this is the deluxe Batman, just came out, I think has 4, I want to say 4 or 5 at the most, and so this guy has 6, or 4 if you get the regular edition. So, and obviously if you're just, you're just watching this now, and it's probably too late to get the exclusive, but if you get a chance to, definitely go for it. I don't know if it's going to come back in stock or not, as it's getting ready to ship. Mine just arrived this morning. So as it's starting to ship, there might be people who cancel their orders, so be on the lookout for that, for one to come back in stock. But this is everything you get with it. So if you did pre-order the exclusive and it hasn't arrived yet, this will give you an idea of what you can expect. And if you haven't got either one yet, haven't pre-ordered either one, and you're just kind of still on the fence, hopefully you'll find this quick review to be useful. Just keep in mind, if you get it now, I think it's probably too late to get the exclusive, so you're not going to get these 2 extra head sculpts. But I would say it's still, for $220 or less, you can probably get a deal on eBay for the regular. I would wait for eBay if you can. Probably just wait for a deal, because in that case you're getting 4 head sculpts, which is still good. But yeah, so this is what you'll be getting, and this is probably definitely my favorite figure in the line so far. Mondo continues to crank these out, and the quality continues to get better. Oh, and one other issue I forgot to mention, a little bit of a paint rub right there on the knee. So if you're picky about that kind of thing, that's also something to keep in mind. Doesn't really bother me, because you can only see it if you bend the knee that far, but so that, and just having to cut around this to get all these accessories loose. But I'm definitely happy about the improved, smaller crotch grabber. They use the exact same stand, the same base, the same post, but they gave us a different crotch grabber this time. So that's good. So they realized that the older one was causing issues. So, all right, well, again, this is the Mondo 6 scale Joker from Batman the Animated Series. Hope you found this to be useful. Thank you very much, and see you in the next one, whenever that is.